So the US government has ordered Anthropic to suspend all access to Claude Mythos 5 class models. I was able to record some of Fable 5 implementations and compared them to GPT 5.5's implementations before it was taken down. The first task for today is adding a feature which allows text to be highlighted as it's spoken.
Several teams depend on async and await flow in a cloud migration. What should a senior engineer drive?
I'm calling Google Gemini's text-to-speech endpoint, which returns the voice, then I render the text. Then the text has to be followed from the UI as it's read. This involves understanding multiple layered React components, sync calculation, and good front-end rendering. Now, I'm going to use the Claude Code app for Claude and the Codex app for GPT 5.5, both on extra high reasoning effort. For the first subtask, I have to deduct a point from GPT. After it created a new worktree, is that it always wants to build front-end node packages, which creates a huge node modules folder, instead of linking or copying it from the main worktree. If we look at Claude, it correctly just creates a link through a Windows junction, a feature most intermediate developers don't even know. Now, let's see how they both did in this task.
A service using quality and safety evaluation in a learning game backend needs safer delivery. What should a mid-engineer do? Option A, build eval sets for key tasks. Option B, treat the issue as a follow-up unless it blocks this scenario. Option C, ask one stakeholder and proceed without wider validation. Say A, B, or C. B is incorrect. The right answer.
Claude is basically flawless, with the latency being minimal. This is perfect. You'll hear that the announcement of right answer is cut out. That's a separate bug, queued to the backlog. Now let's see how GPT 5.5 did.
A Java service in a payment API has repository queries risk. What should a mid-engineer do? Option A, load all rows, then filter for a payment API. Option B, build queries with string input for a payment API. Option C, review query count and transaction behavior for a payment API. Say A, B, or C.
The Claude implementation is always better in all my tests of this feature. It seems to be lagging less and has less latency between the voice and text. I asked both how they did it, and saw that Mythos added an extra calculation for punctuation and other nuances, which improved its accuracy. A point for Mythos again, to my surprise. The next work item is adding a FIFA World Cup 2026 feature to the football prediction website. Currently, the World Cup is just listed as one of the tournaments, nothing special. I also asked them to fix some bug related to UI clicks, so I save on request tokens. I also tested the native Claude Code and Codex apps on their ability to recover from selecting the wrong repo, but asking for specific changes in another repo. They both failed, so software engineers are still a bit safe. It took around 45 minutes for both to finish the task. We know Claude is better in UI, but I thought GPT would compensate through features. They both added a hero banner, which is a good start. When I expand the banner, however, it's day and night. Claude put the correct World Cup trophy, it added a richer experience, and included very meaningful data. GPT added minimal data, and I asked myself what it used the rest of the 45 minutes for. This is very surprising, since the model from OpenAI was doing very well before this. Claude added standings, which are definitely accurate. It fixed link clicks, added statistics components which work and are accurate. Scale laws seem to still hold up. Here are the final results from this test. Claude basically won all tasks and seemed to have a clearer understanding of the code. I'll compare these results to GPT 5.6 when it's released, and compare Kimi K 2.7 and GLM 5.2, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing.